And we're getting that all set up. Very, very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining today. Thank you for being part of our Genius community. Okay, so you can go to our YouTube channel, and we're going to go ahead and link that here as well. So if you need to pop out, go do some errands, you can be in your car and you can still listen on YouTube. And please do share that stream and share the channel with other people. All right, so thank you again. Let's go ahead and get officially started here. And let's make sure that we're recording this today. A warm welcome to everybody in our community. It's Ariel Policano joining you for a weekly training in the Genius. Anyone can join our training. It's always free. It's on Mondays at 9 o'clock Pacific, 12 o'clock Eastern. Whether you're a longtime user of the Genius or you're interested in finding out what the Genius is all about, maybe somebody invited you to this class, anyone is welcome, anyone can learn. Quantum Biofeedback is an incredible practice that perhaps we've reclaimed from previous times or perhaps from the future. It's an amazing technology that allows you to use your voice and your picture to learn more about yourself and the world around you. It's very, very powerful, and it's something that we truly need in the times that we're living in. We need to know what's going on. We need to find creative solutions. We're living in the world of light and frequency, and very easily we can use the frequencies of the Genius to shape things within our life, so we can experience more vitality, more positivity. We can have more happiness and harmony in our relationships, and we can even help to heal the planet. So it's very, very exciting to be part of this community, and we really appreciate you joining us. We're going to try to make sure that this download is linked in a couple of different ways. So we have a handout for you both in a link form and also a PDF. And what is going on? Are we sending it to everyone? Okay, so not sure what's going on there. Hopefully we're broadcasting, and yes, if you're logged into, Mary, if you're logged into my Zoom account, go ahead and log out and log back in from your own Zoom account, please. That would be the way to do that. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. So, all right, so we want to talk about the chakras today. I have some exciting information to share with you. Maybe we'll get Mary back here. We also have a new class on Thursdays that you can drop into. And okay, let's just see what the heck's going on here. We have a class on Thursday at 9 o'clock Pacific, 12 o'clock Eastern time, 11 o'clock Central time, and that is going to be the Genius Miracles Hour. You can join us for a full hour where we will work on anyone in the community, and hopefully we'll get to work on 2 people during the hour. What we're going to do during that time is anybody can volunteer. You have to appear live. You have to be with us live. And everyone who's on the call will be invited to run Genius frequencies at the same time. So it's a little different from our training. We're going to really focus on, we got people every single day that really need help, that want help from the Genius. And so we're going to have this forum on Thursdays to be able to help them to get the frequencies that they need, and also have the exponential power of the community. So anybody can come to Miracles Hour, bring your Genius, improve your skills as a Genius practitioner. And so as you improve your skills by practicing with us, you'll gain more confidence. We'll also be able to see the power of many, right? We'll be able to experience the power of many working on the Genius with other people. So it should be a very, very fun time. We're getting the link there. And I want to invite on Mary, who's going to co-host this with me. And we will go ahead and talk with her now. So Mary, let's see if we can invite you back on. Just give me 1 second, Mary, to set this up, and let me do the unmuting and all that good stuff, okay? So just give me 1 second to bring you up here, and we'll get you all set up. And then we're going to get that link. So the key with volunteering is you can volunteer in advance, but you must appear live. We cannot work on you if you don't appear at the live class. We really want people that we can work on in real time. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, Mary, we're ready to invite you.
Okay.
And please, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Mary, tell us a little bit about yourself. Mary's going to be the co-host of the Genius Miracles Hour. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been basically, working with the Genius.
I've been working with the Genius about 4.5 years. I absolutely love it. I added it not only for myself, but also for my business here in Tyler, Texas.
And things that I love that you've shared with us is that one of your Genius accesses, tell us what you do with that one for your family.
So my family, unfortunately, suffers a lot of addiction. I am really aimed at focusing on the miracle of breaking that chain. So I purchased an extra access. I leave it on one iPad every day, all day long, with anyone who wants to be included as a group for the addiction panels. So I use those. I use Break a Bad Habit. I use the success panels, and I use cellular freedom. So I run
does your family respond to that? Do they let you know that, yes, I'm aware that you're working on me? Do they ever express to you that they're aware of the energies and frequencies that you're sending their way?
Yes, actually, one of the biggest successes is my brother David, who is 9 years my senior. Him and I had an estranged relationship because he was within his addiction, and he gave me permission to start using it on him, and he is now 2.5 years clean, almost 3. And he purchased the Genius himself, so now he's using it himself and getting really good at learning how to run that for himself. He's still a part of my group, but on a daily basis, he'll run it for himself and his 9-year-old daughter. So he absolutely loves it. And there's been more than just him, but he is the largest success within that group.
That's amazing. I love hearing about like Genius stories and how successful that you've been and what you do, because a lot of people, that's the amazing thing, when we went from a very expensive quantum biofeedback world where you could only purchase a quantum biofeedback technology for $20,000 or $30,000, and then we were able to put it in the hands of so many people. It's not just for practitioners, although you can become a practitioner. Everyone can use it to help and heal their family. So that's what's really, really exciting. Also, we just put the handout for today on the blog. So if you go to geniusbiofeedback.com and you search under education for our blog, you can actually see everything for the guide today is actually listed there. So let's go ahead and give the blog link. So there's another thing that you can do is just go to the blog and expect to find the guide in case you come in after the hour. We're now going to pre-post any guides to the blog, so that way you don't have to scramble for it or ask for it to be reposted. So just make sure you bookmark the blog at geniusbiofeedback.com. Look under the education link, then go drop down to blog, and then you'll see that it's listed there. So once again, Mary is going to be our co-host. We're going to be taking volunteers live on Thursday at 9 o'clock Pacific, 12 o'clock Eastern. Everyone bring your genius, and we're going to learn the power of everyone working on that person together. And then we'll get to hear their story and their experience in follow-up weeks moving forward. So sign up for the Genius Miracles Hour and join myself and Mary on Thursday. Mary, thank you so much for dropping in. I know you've got a super busy day ahead of you, but thank you for joining.
You're welcome. I see Loda had a question about in the group, do you let them pay? Is she asking that question of me in my group? Not sure. I just
in your group, no, we don't take any payment. That's a free service. Now, Mary is available as a Genius practitioner. You'll learn to be able to connect with her. You could see her as a practitioner if you like. Get to know, like, and trust her. You want to know more about her. You can, learn more about her in the Miracles Hour, but we're not taking payment for anything during the Genius Miracles Hour. It's completely selfless service from us and from the community. And the purpose is, we know, first of all, people are going through really hard times, whether it be physical, financial, whatever it may be. And people often want to be prayed for, and they want us to send their intentions and help in whatever way we can. So this is our small way that we want to start and facilitate that process. But it's also a learning experience to learn the power of the group. And I believe that when many geniuses are focused on one person, the results are going to be incredible and really facilitate that person's transformation. So come to the Genius Miracles Hour, bring your tea, bring your genius, and be ready to work with us. We'll show you exactly what to do. We're going to work with the main part of the genius, and then we'll work with libraries, but no one will have to have those libraries. There'll just be recommendations. So there'll be a main process that you'll also learn from, and it'll be just great fun. So be sure to join us on Thursday. And Mary, thanks again. I know you have to run, so thank you again for joining us. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'll have to come back and watch it later after my appointment.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, take care, my dear. You're such a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, fantastic. Well, let's take some volunteers. We're going to talk about the chakras and talk about a process that you can do to open up your chakras, to tonify them, to clear them, and to activate them. So one thing that is really, really interesting is to study Sanskrit. And if you've ever studied or looked at anything in Sanskrit, Sanskrit is an ancient language that has very specific tones that can be life-changing. So if you enjoy sound healing and you want to engage sound healing with your genius, you can look at some of the Sanskrit prayers or tones or words. They really are not religious per se. They're for every human being to tap into, because the sacred sounds of Sanskrit are aligned with the divine consciousness of the universe. Specifically, there are Sanskrit sounds that help to activate and open the chakras. So we're going to look at those sounds that are here in this guide, and you could speak the sounds. These are called the Bija Mantras, which are translated as seed mantras. They are the seed sound of your chakras. Your chakras are energy centers within your body that connect the etheric body to the physical body. They're constantly processing and translating information, and they're also sort of buffering information. They're taking in a lot, processing it, and then translating it, moving it into your physical body. The chakras can be blocked. They need sort of a cleansing, a clearing, right? Some of it we very likely do by default when we're sleeping, right? We probably get a chakra clearing, but we can do it actively in a positive way and create more vitality and harmony in our body by doing this actively. So we know that the chakras now exist through research, even though the energy centers have been written about, right, for centuries, and the seers and Vedic priests and all these ancient knowers have channeled this information. We've actually seen light coming out of these energy centers through bioluminescence, have shown that light is indeed emanating from these energy centers in a different way. So let's go ahead and let's get a volunteer set up here. Someone who wants to volunteer to be worked on to have a chakra cleansing. And there'll be a little bit of a delay as we do some more talking and educating, but we will definitely work on you. So let's see, is there a volunteer, someone who would like to be worked on today to go ahead and do some chakra clearing? So let's go ahead and get a volunteer, maybe someone who's not been worked on before. Let's maybe go ahead and wait. If you want to volunteer, we'll wait to see if anybody volunteers. And meanwhile, let's just go ahead and talk about the chakras then. The chakras are, there are many more chakras than are actually known in common practice. We're just going to deal with the 7 today and talk about them. And of course, you have a chakra panel. Within the chakra panel are very special energies and frequencies that are designed to balance and clear that particular chakra. So we can use the Bija seed mantras and the genius simultaneously for a wonderful experience of using your voice, using sound, and using the genius frequencies. You can even combine them into the neuro remedy, which we'll talk about. So yes, if you want to volunteer, be sure to put your date of birth down below. All right, so let's go ahead and we need our reflector here. Let's see if we can get this up here and look at the chakras. So continue to send your date of birth. We didn't have too many people volunteer. We want to sort of take new people if that's possible. We'd love to invite. You don't have to own the genius. If you're just learning about it, everyone is invited. So let's go ahead and get the genius up here. Okay, so let's put it side by side. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So we have all of the chakras, and the chakras, like each line here, contains multiple frequencies within them for a complex frequency that the developer put together in order to balance each one of the chakras. So if you were just working on the genius, you could actually just hit the quick balance and have an instant balancing of any of the reds and blues. So that you could do that for 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, and that could be a way to clear and activate these energy centers. Another thing that you could do is open up your quick zap tray and just go ahead and put in, hang on one second, you could go ahead and you could put in all of the different chakras, the 7 chakras, into the quick zap tray. So you could just do this on its own without anything else, without knowing anything else, as a practice for the day. In addition to that, you could add the 528 from the solfeggios. So we would add 528 from the solfeggios. And then we could also add from sacred geometry, we could put in the Fibonacci sequence. So we can add in that Fibonacci sequence by dragging it up. So the Fibonacci sequence is a divine energy that is just nature in all of its perfection, and we're aligning ourselves to that principle. So as we go ahead, let's just do 1 minute of this. As we do that, we're then clearing out, activating the chakras, combining it with the transformation and miracles, combining it with the Fibonacci sequence. Now, just a little bit more, let's look at this chart here. Let's look at the root chakra, right? Starting from the bottom chakra. Let's go ahead and let's just go back here, see if we can get this. Can we do this both at the same time? So yeah, we can balance up in that quick zap by showing this. So down at the very bottom, though, this is really great. The graphics on the Genius are fantastic because you can actually see the Sanskrit symbol for that particular chakra. It's also called the Muladhara chakra. The color is red. It is the perineum, is the physical area where the chakra resides. And, you know, if you close your eyes, you can tune into and even feel the energetic centers within your body where the chakras reside. So the meaning for the particular chakra is support, survival, grounding, stability, comfort, safety. Now, the Bija Mantra tone is a tone that, remember, these are seed mantras. These are sacred Sanskrit sounds. Do you enjoy sound healing? The sounds that make you feel more peaceful. You can clear, purge, activate, tonify your own root chakra by even just speaking the word Lam. 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 You can tone it. Lam, Lam, Lam. As you tone it, you're clearing your entire body. You're clearing that particular chakra. And as such, you're actually helping to clear and harmonize your entire body. Now, sound healing is so profound, and your voice is one of the most profound forms of sound healing. So activating your voice, chanting, toning, singing, brings a lot of light into your field. And when you're doing it in a very intentional way, it can really combine nicely and expand the work that you're doing with your genius. So as this is going through and cycling and working on all the chakras, you would say all of the different, sorry, this is just stuck here. All of the different Sanskrit tones. Actually, that's really good if we just look at this picture here. You can look at all of the different tones, say them as the genius is cycling through. It's really weird. Okay, we had to do something there to make it shift and change. Okay, let's keep going. Then the sacral chakra. So the second chakra is called the Svadhisthana chakra. The color is orange. It's at the sacrum. It's about creativity, emotions, pleasure, and the tone is Vam. So now we know Lam, first chakra, Vam, second chakra. Okay, and there's an affirmation for that. Third chakra, solar chakra, all about power. The Manipura chakra, and the word is, or the sacred sound is Ram, Ram, Ram. Right now, at this moment, you could do an incredible clearing of all three of your chakras through Lam, Vam, Ram. And you can go to YouTube and look for different videos where they're doing the toning. You could listen to that. You could sing it, speak it at the same time. You could create a neuro remedy for it. We've got the heart chakra, right? Obviously related to the heart, the opening of the heart, and feeling more compassion, more peace, more love, being able to give love and receive love, okay? And the word, the Bija Mantra for the heart chakra is Yam. Yum. It almost sounds like yum, right? When something's so delicious, right? Something so wonderful. And so the pleasure and all of the good feelings, right? Yum. Now, once again, you could just be sitting anywhere. Maybe you don't even have your genius with you, and you could just memorize these and say Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam. As it clears out the chakras, it's clearing out energy centers that are affecting your physical body. So everything that's related to that can improve. And you can learn to really project your voice and do toning in a really, really powerful and positive way. So then we also have, hang on for 1 second here. Just, yeah. We also have, we'll bring that back up in just a second. We also have the throat chakra, which is Visuddha, which the color is blue. It's the throat chakra, all about speaking your truth, expression, communication, honesty, and the sound is Ham, Ham. So now Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham. I'm able to express my truth with ease. The third eye, is the neck chakra, the sixth chakra, which is called the Ajna chakra, which is dark blue. It's between the eyebrows, and it's all about vision, visualization, your imagination. And it's actually Om. The one that's above it, which is Om, is actually the unstruck sound, the silent Om, which is the seventh chakra. but we could still say it or speak it. So the affirmation is, I see truth and am open to new ideas. And then the crown chakra, of course, which is called the Sahasrara. And so you can speak and say and tone these. And I'm going to show you how you could do it into the neuro remedy as well. This is a picture of all of the chakras, so you can actually visualize them and see them. And we're going to bring back the genius in just a moment. We want to make sure we have some good volunteers. So let's just talk a little bit about the process. And once again, you can say and speak all of those seed mantras. They're very sacred tones. They're very, very powerful. So you would set up the genius scan. We're going to put all of the frequencies into the quick zap. We're going to add the Fibonacci sequence. We're going to go ahead and say all of the tones. You can just repeat the Om. There's an Om and then there's Om. You can change it up a little bit, but it's those basic sounds. So let's go back and look again. It's Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, Om. And very, very powerful. Say it yourself while you're there, watching from wherever you are, and repeat it a couple of times and just see how you start to feel. How does it begin to shift the energy in your body? It's really, really fascinating. So let's go ahead and see if we've got someone who wants to have this process worked on. And let's see what we've got here. Okay, Marie. Maria, let's wait and come back. Let's see if we can do a second person. Sorry, we had somebody who Lynn had volunteered before and had not sent her date of birth. So Lynn, we're going to work on you. If you can find your microphone and maybe your camera and join us, that would be great. We're going to get your information in here and bring up the genius. And the thing is to follow along on your genius so that we can do this process together. And wouldn't it be fun if we all did the toning at the same time? Imagine how powerful that will be. We can tone and even intend to send this positive energy to each other. So let's go ahead and just getting her date of birth here. And we're going to bring up the genius in just 1 second. We're going to show that. Remember, you can go to the blog at geniusbiofeedback.com and go ahead and bring up the blog under the education. Look for it, stress about it, just go to the blog and download it. We've actually posted it, so it'll be easier for you to find it. We're going to bring and welcome Lynn in just a moment here. So Lynn, let's go ahead and see if we can have you as part of our class here today. And Lynn, we're just going to bring you up here as a panelist. So we're just going to have you up here in just a moment. And we'll go ahead and bring the genius back into the picture here. Okay, Lynn, how the heck are you?
I am good. Thank you. How are you?
Now, Lynn, you're still on the trial, or do you have?
I am still on the trial.
Okay, tell us a little bit about how you're doing on a trial. Are you navigating through pretty well? Have you downloaded successfully?
I downloaded it successfully. Navigation, I'm not sure. That's why I'm here to learn.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, very, very good. Thank you. And for those of you joining in the mid part of the hour here, you can go to geniusbiofeedback.com, go to education, click on the blog, and you can actually download the guide from there. So nobody needs to repost it. It's super easy and you can find it. All right, so Lynn, all right. So let's go ahead and are you working on anything in particular, anything you're trying to improve, expand on, transform?
I'm trying to release weight, but I don't know. Like there's probably a whole bunch of stuff that I need to look at. But right now and I'm a little nervous. So.
Oh, you're fantastic. You're doing great. I'm so grateful that you joined us. Let's go ahead and we're going to record your voice and then have you say the vowels A-E-I-O-U. You know how this goes. So I'll cue you here. I'll start recording in 3, 2, 1. I'm recording.
A-E-I-O-U. U, Lynn, Doucette, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U.
Fantastic. Very, very good. And I'm going to see if I can figure this one out. We're going to get your picture in just a moment here. All right, that was perfect. And then we're going to, right from the device that I'm on, right, we're going to use, hopefully get this figured out here. All right, so big smile. Okay, Lynn, where are you joining us from today?
Mississauga, Ontario.
Oh, wonderful. How's the weather there today?
Cold, and a little bit more cold.
When does it stop being cold and start to be spring there?
Whenever it wants to. So hopefully it's going to get a little warmer on at the weekend, but right now it's chilly.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, great. And what got you interested in the genius?
It popped up, and I was listening to a podcast and someone was talking about it, and I thought, this is what I'm interested in. So I just I've been interested in a whole bunch of things for years, but never really got more interested than just, oh, that's nice. And now I'm like, okay, I want to learn more. So
since you've been testing yourself, have you discovered or thought, gosh, that's interesting when you did a scan?
I think the chakras, I think the chakra colors were interesting for me. And I wanted to know more about that. So it's amazing that today's call is about that.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, because the chakra colors really do relate to the aura itself. These are related to the chakra colors. And wow, I mean, do you do any meditation, spiritual practice, anything like that? Because they're so open in the 6th and 7th chakra. It looks wonderful.
I do.
There you go. So you can actually see living proof like shown or revealed through this. So that's really, really exciting. Okay, Lynn, well, we're going to continue to work on you, and we're going to do that. Is it okay if we do the chakra balancing exercise on you?
Please.
Okay. So while we do this, do you have the guide that has those, we're not going to have you don't have to tone them. We may have you speak them in some different exercises here. So let's go ahead and we'll look. And so your biofield, your energy field wants us to send energy specifically to the heart chakra and the root chakra. Isn't that interesting that it's the two, the lowest and the highest, or not the highest, so the heart chakra is the middle there. So we've got the heart chakra and the root chakra, but what we're going to actually do is we're going to include all of them. There's a couple of different ways to do this. I mean, it's just 7 items, so it's pretty easy just to drag and drop them all into the tray, although one is being very stubborn here and one of them is not jumping into the tray. They're very, very sneaky. What's going on here? Wait, are there not 7 chakras here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah. Let me just try it another way. Let's do the drag and drop function. There we go. Shoo. I was worried for a moment. Okay, so now we've got all 7 of the chakras. Now we're going to go back to the Solfeggio Tones, and we're going to include the one. Have you used any Solfeggio Tones for yourself or looked into them?
I have not. I just drag it there and play it. I've never.
So you're familiar with the potential positive benefits of playing it?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. And we're going to include the 528, which you're probably familiar is for transformation and miracles and really connecting to the heart. And then we're going to include the sacred geometry of the Fibonacci sequence. So everything that you see in nature, when you go out in nature, nothing sort of looks out of order when you're in the forest or in the mountains. Everything is perfection because everything grows in a geometric progression called the Fibonacci sequence. And when we play this frequency, we align ourselves to that divine energy. Nature is a self-healing system. And if we can just align ourselves with nature, it really facilitates the healing and rebalancing within our own body. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we're going to play this for you. And then we're going to have, you can just simply speak them in the way that I did. Are you willing to do that? Or you go, okay.
Oh, sure. Whatever you need.
You would try, I'll do them first. So it'd be Lam. And you can say them slowly. Let me do them first. And I'll have you just run your way through them. So it's Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om. And then the second one, though the second Om is sort of like the unstruck sound, but you can sort of say Om or just say Om again. So you want to give it a try?
Sure. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, Om.
That's you did a great job. It's actually more of the long A if you want to say them. It's Lam, Vam, Ram, or some people roll the R like Ram. So you can just say Ram. Lam, Vam, Ram, Ha, Yam, Ham, Om, Om.
Okay. Lam, like that?
Yes.
Lam. Okay. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, Om.
It's like, you can just repeat Om. They're pretty much the same. They talk about it being sort of the silent Om, but you're absolutely fine doing that. And we're going to record a neuro remedy with that. Now, I did a meditation retreat once, and they had the swamis leading us to say these for like an hour, just focusing on one of the chakras. And we just would repeat, just seemed like forever, Lam, 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 Lam. It was really interesting, but this is a self exercise to see what you experience. And let's run through them one more time. And as you say them, I want to see, is there one that resonates with you or you feel something different as you're saying it? So go ahead and say them again. You can just say the second one as Om, the same as the first Om.
Okay. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, Om.
Now, is there one that resonated with you?
Yam.
Yam. The heart chakra. And the heart chakra came up as one that was sort of active for you, or that frequency wanted to be played for you to somehow bring out more harmony and vitality with the heart chakra. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
That's really, really fun. So what you could do is you can run the chakras, the solfeggio, the sacred geometry, just simply by putting them in the tray, putting this on for 15 minutes or whatever it might be. And let's go ahead and we can stop this for a moment here. Let's actually just get in one more minute, and I'm going to explain what we're going to do next, because I want to see how your aura has changed from running these frequencies. We're then going to go to the neuro remedy. I'm going to have you say the sacred sounds again in a moment, and then we're going to play the neuro remedy for you. What the neuro remedy does is it takes into account all of your sacred sounds from your voice and then produces them as a whole body signal. So it's a different way to experience these and get feedback from your own voice. Make sense?
Okay.
All right. I love that you're game for all of this. You're ready to, hey, let's like see what happens. What happens next?
Exactly. Bring it on.
So Sophie is correcting our pronunciation, say it's pronounced Aum. And I did say that before, but just for the colloquial, everybody who's here, you can say it either as Om or Aum. If you're doing a long meditation or a chant, you can actually say Aum, which is the true, or you can just say Om. They all like really work. So we want to make it as simple for people to follow as possible. But thank you so very much, Sophie. I appreciate it. And so let's close this tray for a moment. And let's go ahead and let's just see how the aura has changed. Now, it's possible it could change to other colors. Let's just see what's happening, because it might sort of shake up things, but let's just go ahead and see what's happened since we've been doing that. And by the way, since we've been chanting and saying those, I actually feel a transformation just from speaking those tones. You can think of the chakras, during the day, they're like sort of taking in things, trying to process them, transform things, trying to make sense of the world through the chakras. And so they can just get sort of gummed up and congested. And so things like using the genius for chakra clearing or doing the Bija tone mantras can be really, really powerful. So now what's really fascinating is we're seeing this little pattern right here, and this could be something that you're working out. It's happening in the higher chakras, and we can see it just with this little, really interesting, this could be a new idea, a new consciousness that's coming in. And then I think this is like a purging of the chakras, which is sort of like a gray cloudiness. And I expect as we do a little bit more, expect to see it clear up. So it's a very interesting progression here in the aura. Now, not every aura is an ending aura. Sometimes you're in midstream as you're working with someone, and you can expect it maybe to be cloudy or gray as things are moving out, being purged, clearing from the system. So let's go ahead now to our neuro remedy. We're going to go up to the navigation bar, and we're going to go ahead to neuro remedy. We had a previous person's affirmation in here. That was Miriam. And so thank you. We did work with her. So we're actually going to delete that right now. You could save it. You could utilize it. I'm going to delete it. And we use the plus sign right here. And so we're going to be saying, you know, Lynn's Bija Mantra chakra clearing. Okay, so then to use the neuro remedy, we use the record button to record that person's voice that will be then transformed to a whole body frequency that they can play back and have beneficial effects for mind, body, and spirit. So in just a moment, I'm going to have you go back through the Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, and then you can say Om again. And then let's have you do it. You can do it in a sequence, like over and over again for 3 times, 6 times, 9 times, 8 times, like to bring more abundance. Often in the different traditions in India, they'll do it like 108 recitations. We don't have time to do 108, Lynn, so you probably don't mind that, right?
No.
Let's have you do it 3 times. Do you think you could do it 3 times through?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start recording in 3, 2, 1. I'm recording.
Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, Om. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, Om. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, Om.
You did fantastic. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Okay, so I hope we can save it successfully. Oh my goodness. We might have to do it again. Okay, it saved it. Thank goodness. Okay. Then, so did you have any experience of saying it the 3 times? Did you have any physical or sort of aha moments about saying it again?
Again, in the heart chakra, it was like an awareness more.
It's totally legitimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I noticed more confidence when you said it. I was like, wow, you're really developing sort of a connection to the divine or higher consciousness aspects of this, which are universal. So there was a certain confidence when you said it these 3 times, which is wonderful. Well, to utilize the neuro remedy, what we're going to do is we're going to tap begin analysis, and it's going to give us a score. A high or low score could indicate that that particular neuro remedy is really resonating for the person today, like when you're using it for your personal use. I wouldn't make too much of the score itself. It's not that significant, but the purpose is to just go ahead and play that. And what a beautiful visual algorithm. It really reminds me of that toroidal field that we're seeing generated there. And you can play this for 15 minutes. It should have some tone to it. And I'm not sure why it's, pardon the call for the moment there. Oh, there it goes. Okay, yeah. So it's going through almost at a sub-audible level, and then it's just sort of giving us a beeping tone. But that tone is not insignificant, and it is actually very, very powerful and profound. So interesting. And we're just going to, oops. you can actually, I'm going to play it again for a minute as we talk. Let me just do this first. You can actually take this and get the sound quality of it, get the actual neuro remedy and export it to the Quantum Capsule. So Lynn, if you want to work on downloading the trial of the Insight Quantum Capsule from the App Store after we're done here, before the end of the hour, I can certainly, or in the next half hour or so, I can actually get this to you and you can play it on your own Quantum Capsule. So you'll just have to let me know your email address by sending me an email and just telling me what the email address of your Quantum Capsule is. So let's just do this one more time. What we can do is we just simply play that energy. It gives a little bit of a beeping sound. It's not really the same as the genius frequencies, and we're going to have to probably turn it down a little bit. And then once again, we can check the change in the aura. Okay, are you experiencing anything in us just playing the energies of the Bija Mantra neuro remedy?
A little sweaty in my hands. I have no idea what that means, but
No, I think you should go with it.
yeah.
And we're going to look at the ending aura in just a moment. Well, Lynn, I think you have a very natural, intuitive understanding of some of the quantum biofeedback and energy shifts and changes that we're trying to accomplish here.
Thank you. So
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you were saying something about a Quantum Cap?
Yes, we can put it in the chat, but if you go and you can download it from the App Store or the Google Play Store, it's called the Insight Quanta, Quanta capsule. You can download that trial where you won't get charged for it. And I can send you this neuro remedy right from my device to yours. And then you can play it on that Quantum Capsule. It's a side application that you can use to send frequencies to friends and clients that are selected by you. And then they can play that on their own device.
Okay, I'm downloading it now.
You're doing great. Wow, you're tech savvy
Thank you.
too. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead back. Let's go back to the aura. Let's begin the analysis again. Has anything changed since we did the neuro remedy? And it's also, she's shifting and changing even just through saying, right, those tones and playing the neuro remedy. So we have a lot of questions coming through, and we'll get to those questions as well. Wow, this is fascinating. So we're going to shift back and actually play the chakras, but I think that the tones, saying the tones, is actually sort of helping to do a profound clearing more than I expected. And I think it could have this, I almost see a vision of just like all this sort of gunk coming out of the different chakras as you're speaking them, as you're speaking the seed mantra and playing the frequencies. Because we didn't expect it to get that sort of have that, we expect it to get more bright, and it's getting more dark. And I think that's fascinating to me. That says actually a profound release. So let's do something. What's that?
Yay.
Yeah. Let's do something else. Let's make this even more interesting. Let's add some of the flower essences, maybe a couple of highs and lows here. Gorse, which is for having more hope. And wild rose, which is sort of just drifting, resignation, feeling a little bit, gosh, is this ever going to change kind of energy? And oh my goodness.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Hang on for 1 second. Don't go away, Lynn. We'll be just right back. We're just going to take a quick, I guess, a commercial break. We'll be right back here. Hang on the line there.
Hang on.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for hanging on there, Lynn. We really, really appreciate it. Okay, just switch back here. And hopefully I'm going to be able to figure out why that sort of happens at the midpoint of the what we're doing. So a warm welcome back to everyone. I just wanted to add in the flower essences, and we still have the session up here. So we're just get it right back up here. Okay. So is there any anything that you've been experiencing? Tell us a little bit about, emotionally, have you felt pretty positive, or there are moments where you're like, gosh, the situation world globally is just going to go on and on? What's been your experience?
Interestingly enough, that you should bring that up. I had a really rough evening last night, in the negative sense, and I couldn't sleep. So that's possibly what hopefully is moving out. Because I'm feeling
maybe it is. Maybe it is. That wouldn't that be is so interesting. Thank you for sharing that with us and letting us know that. I really appreciate that.
Let it go.
Now, did you say that you had been able to download the Quantum Capsule? Did you sign in and give yourself an account there?
I did. I sent you the email address.
Okay, send it, because I got locked out of the chat. Just go ahead and send it one more time in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, Elaine, thank you. Elaine says, remember to start recording. You're so awesome. Okay, we're going to send Lynn her newer remedy in just a moment. So let's go ahead and we'll turn this down. What we wanted to do is see if 1 minute of balancing the chakras and the sacred geometry and the solfeggio and the flower essences would change the aura in some substantial way. So we're going to go ahead and see that. Somebody asked, I remember actually the question, so I'm glad I looked at them before this happened, but 733, somebody asked about the score of the newer remedy. So we're going to address that in just a moment. We've got 28% rectification. Usually we want to go to 40, but don't live and die by the rectification. It's not the most important thing. It just gives you hints about how that person is taking in the information. If it's really important to them, they're going to process it slowly. So they may not be taking it in as fast. You may want to give it another minute. Then we're going to go to the aura. This was the aura, right? I think I already did that, but let's do it one more time. Now, after 1 minute of chakras, solfeggio's flower essences, did the energy change at all? Let's go ahead and see. All right, so let's see how the aura has changed. So it is actually really starting to change, and I think move into the positive, and it's actually relating there to the to opening up that 7th chakra. I think that beautiful pink that you're seeing there is even though we also said violet, but pink is also known as being associated with that crown chakra. So it's looking really, really wonderful. And let's look at the progression of where we came from with this particular session. So we started here, and did you run any genius frequencies for yourself this morning?
I did.
Okay, and so we're very likely seeing that. And then we sort of started to shake everything up, and then we got into the mud and muck of it, and then we started to work our way out here. And I bet if we continued to play frequencies, we'd see it lighten and brighten up. Well, Lynn, I want to really thank you. Well, actually, before we thank you, I want to do one more thing here, and I want to just show you how to do the Quantum Capsule. So for the Quantum Capsule, we would actually go back to that neuro remedy, and we would go to export to Insight Quantum Capsule. Now I have to, let's see if I can do this. Let's just try just purely putting in her email without adding her as a member. And let's try it. Okay. And then we're going to export it. Excellent. And then she's going to receive a code that she can bring into her capsule. So we're going to send you some instructions to be able to do that. All right. Now.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So Lynn, thank you again for being part of our class today. It was wonderful to have you, and keep on keeping on with your genius. Get in touch with me and I can help you with any questions that you have. Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Wonderful. So wonderful to have her join us today and be a volunteer. Really, really appreciate it. So I want to remind everyone that we have a new class called the Genius Miracles Hour. I'm going to be co-hosting it with Mary Williams, and anyone can volunteer. So if you want to volunteer and you're committed to being at the class live with us, you can join. It should be on the events calendar right now. We'll send out the link to the Thursday, 9 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern. We'll send out that link, but the premise, the idea is that anyone can come to Genius Miracles Hour. Anyone can get worked on, and bring your genius in order to work on the person who's volunteered, so we can learn more about the power of everyone working together, the exponential effect of many frequencies being, basically generated for that particular person. This has been recorded and live streamed to our YouTube channel. So you can go to Ariel Policano on YouTube and look for that channel, subscribe, and then you'll always have the live stream that you can check out. This guide is located at geniusbiofeedback.com. Let's actually do this together if we can. And we can find that guide so that anyone can find the guide. We're also going to add it to the comments. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I've been broadcasting from a reflector. You could go to search out a reflector online that you can use to broadcast your own genius to clients and friends. And if we go to the Genius Biofeedback website, all we have to do is go to education and blog. Once we're on the blog, we can see all of the past videos, classes that we've done. We can actually go to read more here, and we can download right now the chakra clearing exercise guide. And there it is. So that's how you do it. In case you missed it, you couldn't find the link, it's right there on the blog. We just want to make it as easy as possible for you to find that information and to enjoy it. Okay, so thank you. Each and every week, we try to bring you a new topic of education that relates to the genius and helps to empower and transform your life for the positive. So share this, invite anyone who's interested in the genius to our class, and definitely check out our events calendar where we're showing you all of the wonderful classes that we have coming up. And so check out the classes that we have on the events calendar. Actually, the link to the Miracles Hour is right on the events calendar. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a great, great week, everyone. Thanks for being part of our Genius community. Get in touch with me if you have questions. Ariel at geniusbiofeedback.com. Take care, everyone. Be well. Bye-bye for now.